Time to play articles that would never ever be written about women. Prince William is pretty demanding, and it's shaking things up behind the scenes. The subhead reads, the Prince of Wales gave an insight look to his quiet trips to the countryside, and it turns out his healthy impatience is an asset. Pretty demanding and healthy impatience are in quotation, so they will be attributed to someone farther down. Pretty demanding, but not demanding Duke. Sort of like a certain Duchess difficult, but okay. First sentence, Prince William has a reputation as a tough boss when it comes to a key royal role as heir to the throne. This entire piece is focused on his duchy. Duchies are land and sea holdings. The Duchy of Cornwall was inherited by Prince William, which was passed down by his father when his father became king. King Charles now has the Duchy of Lancaster, which was the late Queen Elizabeth II's. Prince William has the Duchy of Cornwall, which is an estate that spans over 20 counties in England and Wales. It is worth over $1 billion, and it provides funds for the heir. Despite an entire article about his key role with the duchy, the reporting by the Sunday Times from earlier this year about the duchies of Lancaster and Cornwall and how these property empires make Charles and William millions never comes into play. For instance, the duchies may not be directly funded by the taxpayer, but King and Prince's own names show that they make millions of pounds by charging the NHS, prison service, state schools, to use their land, their rivers, their seas, shores, etc. It seems like a detail that you might want to discuss if you're talking about the important role of the duchy for the royal heir and the greater change and impact that he wants to bring to his role. Just as a reminder, or if you're new here, this is not a bashing William. This is just how we are framing things. Here we get one of those quotes from the headlines. According to the Duchy Secretary, Will Bax, Prince William is pretty demanding in a great and ambitious way. You know, he sends emails at 5:15 instead of 5. Next part, quote, he's easy to follow because he's got great conviction and personality, and he really wears his heart on his sleeve in terms of social interest and his desire to have a positive impact in the world. For the second quote, Estate Director Ben Murphy adds that the heir has a healthy impatience, as his father did, which puts the wind in our sails. It's a motivating and necessary impatience. Did you ever know that you're my hero? Anyway, it goes into quotes that he gave to the Telegraph, who followed him on one of these duchy tours. He goes into how he sees the duchy's work as an extension of the work that he does with the Royal Foundation. He also says that he is particularly focused on the mental health of rural farmers, as well as sustainability. All of these things, very, very wise, considering one of his projects is Earthshot, and he's going to be on Jeremy Clarkson's show, which does focus on rural farmers and spotlighting things like the mental health of farmers. As someone recently told me, everything is bad about Jeremy Clarkson, but this show is one of the few good things. Since William is going to be on an upcoming episode, very smart to tie all of this in. And then there are more quotes from William about how he is trying to make sure that they are prioritizing stuff that's going to make people's lives in those areas better. He feels as the Duke of Cornwall, it's something that he should be doing. Quote, it's about responsibility, it's about leadership and doing what's right on the social issues of our time. Okay, here's how it ends. By stating that the Duchy of Cornwall published its integrated annual report in July, which showed a surplus of around $30 million. That is for the 2023-2024 financial year, which is the first full year that William had the Duchy of Cornwall. Quote, he is understood to pay income tax on the income he receives from the duchy, often subtracting unspecified household expenses. He doesn't have to pay income tax. It's understood that he does, but he's under no obligation to do so by law. I am not saying he's not doing good work, but I think there needs to be more questions about the wealth, which has jumped to astronomical levels produced by these duchies that include making money off of institutions like the Army, the Navy, the NHS, prison services, charities, state schools. And if that's acceptable, and if that is part of the small r royal that William is hoping will mark his reign, I think you can acknowledge the good things that someone is doing or wants to do in a leadership role while still demanding more. But anyway, what a headline.